Hello, everybody. It's Melissa, and welcome to our Builders Roundtable tonight. We are talking about all things conference. Okay, I know that there are very few tickets out there that are left for conference, but I still want you to hear this. I want you to know why you should be there, because I know that a lot of times we hear, oh, go to conference, go to conference, go to conference, but we don't always hear why we should go to conference. And so it's, I thought, a helpful thing to get out there and talk about the top 10 reasons that maybe we should get to conference if we at all possibly can. And I am talking like get in your car, a group of people together, as many people crammed into the back of a VW van as you can. Get them on there and get to conference. A hotel room, whatever, get there. So that's what we're talking about. So my name is Melissa Edens. I joined Young Living about 3.5 years ago. I am a silver leader with the Essentially Curious About Essential Oils team. And these Wednesday night calls are my way of encouraging you and giving ideas and reinforcing my own ideas for building and for builders topics of as many different things that I can think of. So hopefully you find blessing in what I share with you, and you can take some of that away to those who are with you in your own growing in your own teams. Promotions for April. If you make a purchase each month of $190, $250, or $300 PV, that's points value, not dollars spent, right? Understand that. If you don't, please come see me. I'll give you a whole video explaining it. But if you make one of those 3 purchase amounts or above, then you get free stuff each month. So our free stuff for April, 190 level, you're going to get a 15 milliliter bottle of orange, a 5 milliliter bottle of Panaway. 250 PV, you're going to get Digesting Cleanse plus the orange and Panaway. And let me tell you something, Digesting Cleanse is really good stuff. I tried that for 1 month, and it was really just a fantastic results come from that. It helps your digestion in so many ways. So if you haven't tried it, give it a 30-day try, and you won't regret it. And also mix it with Life 5. Just trust me on this. Okay, so then the 300 PV level, you're going to get the new Just for Kids collection. It's not really new. It came out conference 2 years ago, but it wasn't they've kind of put it together in this grouping for us. So it is a 5 milliliter bottle of Tummy Jive, a 5 milliliter of Genius, and a 5 milliliter of Owie. Plus you'll also get the Digesting Cleanse, the orange, the Panaway. Now if you make this purchase as part of your Essential Rewards purchase, then you will also get a 15 milliliter bottle of Stress Away, which people think is amazing. It's the only Young Living oil that has vanilla in it, and so it has a little bit of a sweeter smell to it. Some people have even used it, oh my goodness, for just all kinds of things. You can put it in your diffuser with other oils and make it smell like you've got sugar cookies baking in your house. So give that one a go if you haven't already. I imagine most of us have, but give it a go anyway. So those are our April promos, okay? And you want to just keep track of those, and you can always do a search for them if you need to. They're in the virtual office. And tonight, back to our conference topic. You've heard people talk about going to conference and how important it is. And, I've been part of 3 other direct sales companies, multi-level marketing companies, whatever you want to call them. And people always said, go to conference, go to conference, go to conference. And they never really could tell me why. They would just say, get there. You get so many benefits, get there. And for me, there are some differences to going to Young Living's conference versus some of the conferences that you're going to go to for some of these other direct sales companies that are more product focused, okay? So what benefits are there? These are 10 reasons to get yourself to the fair, okay? First, get out of the house. The more people you meet, the more information you're going to have. You're going to hear the stories, this is actually number 1 and number 2, you're going to hear the stories of so many people at conference. You're going to see just how many amazing things really do happen because they've been using the Young Living oils and supplements and blends. And that is, for me, the number 1 reason for being at conference, because this isn't we're product-based, but we're not product-based, right? We are a company and we are individuals that are focused on wellness from the inside out. We want to be healthy. We want to see healthy results. We want to help our friends get healthy and be healthy and see healthier lives. And so when we hear those stories from other people, we are not just talking about pots and pans, something that other people have a dozen of. We are talking about something that they're not as likely to find in other places. So that is the top reason for being a conference, is all the people that you meet. Okay? Second reason to be there, great classes and information. There are so many topics to choose from. Really, there's too many topics to choose from.
Hold on one
second. When you are at conference. Okay, so second reason to be there, great classes and information. You are going to find that there are so many classes and information at conference that you can't reach them all. There's no way to get to every one of them. So what you do is you find somebody else who's already who's there with you. You partner together. You say, okay, I'm going to go to this class on pets, and you go to this class over here that's on Chi to Be and how to use your oils for affirmative forward motion in your life. And then at the end of it, you compare notes. And it's just a great way to reach out and to get even more information, kind of double or even triple your information depending on how many people you're there with. Now, reason number 4 to be at conference, you get to smell most, if not all, of the oils and blends that Young Living offers. What they do is they kind of set up like this little sample bar over in an area where they're selling all the new stuff and everything like this, so that you can go, and if you want to smell one of the pricey girls ahead of time, Melissa maybe, or Rose, one of those ones that costs about $150, you want to see what it smells like first, or maybe it came up on a bioscan or something like that, you can go and take a sniff. And a lot of times, too, they have like these little cardboard strips of paper that you can kind of dip in there, and you can see, you can kind of take it home, just like the little strips that you get at the perfume places, and you can put it in your purse for later or whatever. That's and the other thing too is if you find one that you really like, you can order it right there at conference, and a lot of times they'll have it ready for you to take home from conference with you. You don't have to wait for it to come off of the brown truck. It's right there, ready to go. Take it and walk away. So you can use it in your hotel room before you even leave for the airport or whatever. All right? Number 5, reason to be at conference. There are frequently lots and lots of times. If you're a party person, they have lots of special giveaways, samples. A lot of times they'll pass it around the room in one of the classes. They'll say, here, we're going to try out this oil, and they'll make sure everybody in the room gets a sample of that oil. And a lot of times, like in the conference this last year down in Dallas, what they did was they actually put it into, like, I don't know how they did it exactly, but they managed to diffuse the new oils all through the convention center that we were in, like the main hall, and it was just amazing. So you get to smell all the new stuff first thing before anybody else, and so you get to take that excitement back to your team, back to your friends and the people around you. Number 6, special fun events and concerts. If you are, again, the partying type, this year we have Lady Antebellum, who is going to do a concert for us at the end of conference. We've had, I can't even tell you how many amazing people we have at conference, either as speakers. We have a lot of singers that come out, and these are people who are using our oils. So you can go back and you can say, hey, guess who I saw? And you can let them know that this is some of the exciting things that are going on. Now, if you can't make it to some of the classes, if you make the mistakes that I've made the last year or so, and for some reason, let's say your cell phone isn't holding a charge, or something has happened. You have a toddler that is with you, so you can't go sit in the whole class and take notes like you want to. What happens if you can't make it to the classes? Then you feel like you've wasted your money maybe. Let me tell you that that is not the case. This last year I got a phone recharger, like one of the little portable rechargers, and for whatever reason it didn't work. No idea why. So just so you know, test it before you go, but definitely take one. So I ended up having to find a place to recharge my phone. Well, then I realized that I had left my phone cord in the room at a different hotel from where the conference was being held. So I had no way to charge my phone except to find somebody else who had the same phone that I did, and I could beg a charger off of them. And let me tell you, people are so willing to help you out when you have these problems, but you meet so many people, and while you're sitting there waiting for your phone to charge or whatever, basically you're not staring at your screen, even if you're carrying it around. You meet so many people, and you hear their stories, and they hear yours, and you swap business cards or you swap contact information, and what happens is a lot of times you'll meet up with groups of 2 or 3 people or 4 people or 10 people, and you'll start something big. Okay? So there are a couple of groups out there that have done exactly that. And they've come back and they've started some really amazing projects that they then go and they share with other Young Living members. So one example recently that I know has come out, there is a group that met. They actually met at Silver Leadership, which is not conference, but it's the same kind of idea where you meet lots of people. And they put together a group that they call the YL Gathering Place, and they put together a whole duplication system that they are now offering for free to members like you and me for how to build and for some ways to really get your business going and to do step by step. And that's the sort of teamwork that comes from just walking around and meeting people. And let me tell you, the Royal Crown Diamonds are walking around, the Diamonds are walking around, and they have special lanyards with their names on them, so you can see who they are, and they'll let you take selfies with them. They are the rock stars of Young Living as far as builders go, so you can walk around and get all their pictures and put them up on your dream wall and say, that's going to be me one day. Okay? Reason number 8 for being at conference, 2 words, red bar. What is the red bar? Okay, that is where you can go to get Ninja Red shots, and they will add in, usually you have to pay a couple bucks, but they're not that expensive, and they will add in all kinds of different oils, and they can make some really great kind of mocktails that you can take back and share with other people, and just it's new ways to try Ninja Red. And this last year we also got to try Ninja Nitro, and we got to try the Ninja Zing, and they mixed those into special drinks, and they had Ninja Slushies. Ninja Bar. Get to the red bar. Okay, so number 9, reason for going to Essential Oils Young Living Conference. Get the lowdown on the newest products. They are going to do, some of it's a little bit cheesy, so it depends on if you're, I'm not the party type, guys. I'm not a blue. Okay, so let me put that out there when I say cheesy. There are a lot of people that absolutely love the party atmosphere. And for those of you who do, who love the excitement, who love the energy that is generated from being in a room with 1,500 people, 2,000 people, however many people, at the beginning of each day, the first half of each day is spent in one big conference room, one big convention room, where people like Gary Young and Mary Young, his wife, and all the different, executive corporate types that work with Young Living will get together, or they'll get up on a stage and they'll tell you all the latest news. Here's what's happening. Here's what we've done with the Young Living Foundation and who we've helped. And then they'll give out prizes. Last year there was a whole new car that was given away. And there's all kinds of this big festive atmosphere and environment, and it really does give you a boost of energy. Even if you are not a blue party person like me and you're there just for the information, you still get the chills. Okay, let me tell you, it's exciting to have all of that going on. So go and be there with all that excitement and get all the new lowdown on the newest products. And the number 10 reason, I've actually already mentioned this once, but I'm going to mention it again because it really is amazing. Meet with the higher level people. Your Royal Crown Diamonds, Gary Young, Mary Young, okay? Those are the types of people you're going to see at conference, and they'll share their stories with you, and they are going to share some amazing stories with you because these are the people who have been around Young Living for 15 and 20 years since it started, and you're going to actually get to hear a lot of little tips and tricks, a lot of inside information that you might not see online somewhere. And again, you're going to be able to connect with people and start projects that you might not otherwise because you wouldn't meet them otherwise. And finally, if the Young Living, this is like your bonus for being here tonight, if the Young Living Convention is, as it normally is, in Utah, they have Farm Day. You're going to get to go out to the farm, and you can drive out with your little rental car, or if you're in Utah, you can just take your own car. But you're going to be able to go to the farm. You're going to see all the animals that Young Living supports and takes care of. They have some amazing horses. You're going to be able to try new stuff. You're going to get to see where the distillation takes place. You're going to get to see that whole seed to seal process that we're always talking about. You get to see it from start to finish. And they have it in stations so that you can go out and you can see where it grows. And then you can go and see where it gets distilled. And you can see the whole process, guys. And it really does make a difference in that seed to seal understanding. And it's why so many of us who have been to conference and been to leadership retreats and that sort of thing, you're going to be able to see why we talk about seed to seal the way that we do and why we are not just taking the company's word for things. It's hands-on. So those are my top 10 or 11 reasons for being at convention and for making sure that I can get as many people there as I can because it's, like I said, it is well worth taking the time. It's well worth the trouble. It's well worth the money and the expense to get out there. And there are lots of little tips and tricks that we can talk about in the event page for this call tonight, where we can talk about ways to minimize the cost. Because I know some of us are on shoestring budgets. My first year, I certainly was. I slept. I managed to find. Our group had some people that rented a house together, and so I found a corner of the house and was allowed to stay with them, and I had the best time getting to know these ladies that I stayed with, and they are just some amazing people that I still connect with today. So there are lots of ways, and we'll talk about those in the comments and of the event page for tonight's call. Now, as always, tonight's call, the recording will be put up on the Business Builders Roundtable Facebook group as well as the event page. So if you are not part of the Facebook group of YL Business Builders Roundtable, let me know and I'll get you connected there. If you have a topic you'd like to see covered on one of these Business Builders Roundtables, let me know and we will make that happen. Next week, we're going to be back here on Wednesday. We are going to be talking about where we are here. We're talking about NinjaRed, and we're talking about building with NinjaRed and how you can kind of break away from the oils are all we have model of building, because we do have NinjaRed, we do have thieves, we have other ways to build, and so we're going to start talking about some ways to capitalize on those and to tap into the market of people who want to be healthy, who are working at the gym, who are doing these things, and there's a way to build with them too, guys. There's a way to build that is not just oil-based. So you don't have to know everything about all the oils because no one ever could. I think Gary Young might be the only guy who knows everything about every oil that we have, maybe, and maybe not. So otherwise, if you're interested in other classes, make sure that you keep up with me on the Essentially Curious About Essential Oils Facebook page, and I look forward to seeing you all next time. Thank you so much for being with me tonight and for taking this top 10 trip through conference with me. So I look forward to seeing you next time. Happy oiling, and God bless.